a Rabbit Assassin, which is like a rogue, and also a boomerang thrower, which is a ranged healer called the Nomad. We are following Puffin. So what Puffin's going to want to do is he's going to initiate the fight. He throws a harpoon, and then he hit it, and then he went invisible, and he tried to use an AoE attack but missed. He now has been sleep. There comes the second harpoon. He's trying to get onto the healer. There comes the invisibility. You saw he gained movement speed, and he's controlled the healer with his team, and he's got himself a very quick kill. But the fight still will continue. There comes a Kunju, another invisibility. The AoE gouge missed. He just threw a shuriken, which actually hit, and then that controlled two of the melee guys to be slower, and he's built up his ultimate, which he just used, great harpoon, and that was a really nice move, because he actually harpooned his opponent, and then his opponent has defensive abilities just like he does. And the opponent that he was on was going to knock him away, like a little AoE knockaway attack, and he predicted it. So after he harpooned, he went straight into a Kunju, which countered the knockaway attack and went behind his opponent. So Puffin literally just fucking destroyed everybody that game. Good job, Puffin. He's actually the best player in the world right now, Puffin. He's from Sweden. He's 21-year-old and he likes to play me because he likes to kick my ass. I don't like him. Okay, so Puffin's going to try and start the fight, and now you see something that hasn't really been implemented in this kind of game. You just saw Puffin's screen completely white out. What happened was the Rabbit Assassin, which is like a rogue, used a blind. A blind. That was the Rabbit Assassin's ultimate. Similar to the Hunter Disconnect shot. We think of everything. Okay, so we're back in the game. Puffin's answer, he just missed his harpoon, so he's going to be very hard to get back in. And now he's missed his upper attack as well. He did just control the healer, and the healer has thrown down a goo, which actually, if anyone stands in there from the warm team, will take damage. You can now see that Puffin is getting healed. You can see that in his health bar, he has an orange and a white. The white is what he's been healed, and you can only be healed up to 40%, so another win for the warm team. And you can see that you have damages, protection, healing, and tank, so it will give you an overall score of how impressive you were. So you get points for doing damage, you get points for healing, and also because you use defensive abilities, like you might be able to put a shield on your friend. If that shield absorbs damage, you'll get points for then protection, and it will give you a skill base, so it's very easy to kind of judge your skill on each different character. And that will, of course, allow us, Bloodline champions, to put you in a skill bracket where you can play a game. So we are at a 2-0, and we do have another blind. There comes a harpoon and a Kunju to follow. Now, he's on the healer. This healer is like, you could say similar to Priest. He's going to have to heal himself, but he does have a sleep ability where he can throw sleep. I think he just missed it there, actually, and Puffin is lucky to get away. And there comes the ultimate, and he is going to position himself over the healer. The healer... Oh wow, they killed... That was a great move, because they actually made the Rabbit Assassin go invisible, which is like the rogue, and then when Puffin was trying to chase down the healer, the Rabbit Assassin opened on him, which will stun him just for like 1 second, but it gave him enough time to hit that extra heal. So helping your teammates and teamwork is everything in this game. And we're still at 2-1. We're best of 5 here, so first of 3 hopefully. And we are following the Spearmaster, and you can see, instead of the Spearmaster there, it was very clever what he did. Instead of opening up with a harpoon to get on his opponent, he used a Kunju. And his opponent threw a boomerang from the other side of the map, but because he got hit by the boomerang while he was using a Kunju, he then teleported behind that person. So the Spearmaster is great at initiating, he's great at controlling, and kind of tanking the fight, which is why the Warm team are using a Spearmaster with a healer that also is played with a ranged kind of tank DPS. So the Spearmaster's job in this particular setup isn't all about damage. It's about controlling and trying to lock someone down. And he's in a bit of trouble now, Puffin. He's been hit by the Nomad. He's gone invisible here. He's hit 2 people with his AoE stun. He's done a Kunju. He just got hit by the healer, and there comes the Rabbit Assassin to open. They've only got the healer now to kill, and they will kill him. And there we go. So 2-2, we're going to go down to the final round. One thing that's worth mentioning about Bloodline Champions is you do not have to invest your time, life and soul to get into the competitive play of it. World of Warcraft, I I like the fact that I get gear, but I don't like the fact I have to get gear to be good at, World of Warcraft Arena. The other thing about other games, for example, Dota, some of the games can last anywhere between 20 minutes, up to an hour. We want to keep the pace of the game very fast, very, kind of pleasing to you. So if you lose, you don't want to go cut yourself, because you just played Heroes of New Earth with some absolute spastics, and you had to, play a support hero, and they lost you the game after an hour because they don't know how to play. If you're playing with bad players, it might be unfortunate, but the thing is, it will only be like, 5 rounds potentially of your life, and then you can go away and you can just get straight back in and try and get a better game. So it's really good for, esports, because the fast pace, it's really competitive, and it's really fun. So I'm sorry we don't know all the abilities and exactly what's going on, but we are following the healer who just went down. And it does look like, despite a 2-0 advantage, the Cold team is going to win. So Puffin got destroyed. Yes. So that was one of the games that we wanted to show you. And when we came here to DreamHack, it was very short notice. We almost had nothing planned. We were just like, let's just turn up and show Bloodline champions. So we could show you another character. I don't know what time is it? Has anyone got a time? Everyone's got the time, haven't they? Just not me. Do you guys want to see another character? Yeah. What are you interested in? What do you want? You want to see Igniter? Ravner. Who's Ravner? I want Igniter. Is that okay? Yeah. This guy, right. So we're going to tell Puffin to play an Igniter, but he's already picked his character, idiot. So we might have to get him out. So the Igniter is a ranged class. It's you would call it similar to kind of like your mage, your sorcerer from other games. It is, it's a little weird looking thing that the crazy people of Stunlock Studios fought up one day and said, this is an Igniter. He lives in a cave and fires fireballs. And that's what we're going to look at. So the Igniter, as I said, is a ranged class. Can we take them through the abilities just real quickly, just to kind of give you a rundown? I'll do it a little bit quicker than our last class. But you will notice like some trends between his abilities and even the Spearmaster, despite them being ranged. Oh, there he is. Seriously, who thought this up? What's going on?
I guess that's an artist.
Yeah, some creative artists at Stunlock Studios. This could neither. Blow shit up. Alright. Okay, so let's look at his abilities first. The first ability is a firebolt. Okay, if you're playing the Igniter, you will have to aim your firebolt. You will have to put your mouse cursor where you want to be, and you will have to fire it, and it will have to travel over time, a projectile. So if someone's running, you have to hit it. It's everything you do is very, very skillful in this game. So that's the firebolt. It always does 17 damage. There's no crits, no RNG. The second ability is going to be a firestorm. The Firestorm ability is like, if I fire a fireball at you, which is quite quick to cast, a Firestorm is like I stand there and do a little weird dance for a couple of seconds, and then I fire 3 fireballs at you, one after another. So it takes longer to get the cast out, so you have to be very safe to do it. So for example, if you're like got people chasing you and you're like, you can't do anything, then you don't want to cast it. But if you've controlled your opponents, this is your attack that could win you the game if it all hits. The next ability, which is the spacebar ability, is Searing Displacement. This is where the Igniter will kind of teleport